Newcastle against Chelsea. This is one of the game that I'm like 50-50. It can go any side.
Yeah. This game can go any side. We see Newcastle is a team that can beat any team at any time. Chelsea is Chelsea. We know they can win the game or they can lose also the game, especially this season. But this game, I think it'll be a draw.
Okay, nice. But for me, I'm thinking after we saw somebody like a Jackson coming back to the team and he's playing good, Palmer starting maybe to show his signs, even though he said it's only a penalty.
But which sign do you think he's to show his sign?
Those two goals, he participated in the both goals and having a penalty. So for me, I'm like, that's what we want to see with Palmer. So for me, I'm like, but also I've said it's a hard game to call.
Man, I think it has been very difficult for me to process when we lost against the PSG. And when I look at it and I saw that we are out of the Champions League, like I was not, I felt so bad. You know, I didn't want to go to either social media to watch, because I know like AFT TVs, how they mourn, like they talk very bad, like Arteta must go and those kind of things. I hate it, you know, because you can lose. The problem with most of the Arsenal fans, they are entitled so much. We know we want to win the cups, but if we don't win, then what can we do as a fan?
We just move on, man.
Yeah, we just support our team.
Yeah,
there is nothing else we can do. The only thing we can do is to make sure that we are always backing our teams.
Okay,
I'm very confident a time will come for us to win, even if it's not now, but it will come.
hello guys, welcome again to another week of the Triple Cup Show. A very nice chilly evening, afternoon, you know, after a very nice kind of midweek where games were there, Champions League being one of them, EPL also being part of it, Europa also inside it, and then the Conference League also, where the GOAT himself doing the best. I think we're going to touch on that. And then who else to join me, man? The worst guys, the guys who are feeling the heat. Cups, it's not their thing. I don't know, man. Malik Josh, what's up?
What's up, man?
How are you, man?
I'm good.
You're not?
Yeah, I'm good. You can see me. I'm good, yeah.
So let's talk it through, man. What happened? The game against PSG. Okay, I think it was FIFA should be banned.
Why?
You guys could have played before the game PSG versus Barca, because they set the bar so high to an extent where when your game came, we expected a better game than what we saw while you two guys played, you and PSG, man.
The expectation are there. Those it was even phenomenal to watch the first leg of Barcelona versus Inter Milan.
Okay.
We know that Inter Milan, they are very good at defense. They don't concede a lot of goals.
Mm-hmm.
So when you saw them conceding 3 goals against Barcelona and the game ending 3-3, then the next leg we saw them conceding 4-3. Like, you were wondering what is happening, because it was the most highest
scoring game
in both legs, you know.
Okay.
I was not expecting that, and nobody expected it. When we saw Inter Milan scoring 2 goals, we knew that Barcelona was done.
Okay.
And everybody write it off. Everybody was texting the group saying that is the final between Inter Milan versus PSG. So we don't know how it happened until Barcelona came back, and we knew now it's gonna be wild.
Okay.
We were very happy to see them going as extra time, and we knew that when they go to the penalty, maybe Szczesny might do some things and maybe they might win this game. Not expecting that it will have a twist on the game, and we saw Inter Milan scoring the last goal, and it was phenomenal to see, because it was a high-scoring game. It was an end-to-end game. We wanted to see these kinds of games. But for me, I felt like now it has become boring, you know.
Okay.
Because those are too many goals to be scored.
Yeah.
And every team to concede goals like that, it seems like they are trash teams, you know.
Okay.
Because you need to, in Champions League, you need to see the proficiency of the defenders, the proficiency of the goalkeepers, you know. But we never see it in that game. You cannot say the goalkeeper was very good in both sides, you cannot see the defender were so good, because if you see some of the goals were brilliant, like the Yamal goal, they were very brilliant. But the way you see other goals were being scored, you can see definitely both team was sleeping, especially the defensive part. So we can applaud the strikers, but on their defensive unit, I think both team they were not good.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. How do you say the defenders were not that yet good, but when you check the game, somebody like your game, PSG, when you play against Arsenal, this guy, what's the name? Hakimi was given the man of the match this time. But when you come to the Barca against Inter game, both goalkeepers were so good to an extent where the man of the match was given to Sama as the man of the match. I don't get it how you say it's because the defenders and the goalkeepers were not that good, but yet they got the man of the match from both of the games, the defensive side of the game.
Let's say if Barcelona could have won that game, who could get the man of the match?
I think it's Yamil.
Uh-huh.
Okay, or Rafinha.
So the
one of
only
them.
reason this Kylian Soma got the man of the match is because they won the game.
No, but he made so crucial and tactical.
But he conceded 3 goals.
Yeah, you can concede, but also
So it means, apart from you conceding 3 goals, because you are too good, you could have conceded a lot of goals.
less goals.
A lot.
No.
If you are not that too good, you could have conceded a lot of goals.
Yeah.
So what is the meaning of that? If you already concede 3 goals and you're man of the match, what does that mean?
But the team which
You
play,
concede a lot of shots.
No, the team which you're playing against you, it was more attacking than
and you concede a lot of shots.
Okay.
Because for you to get that man of the match, it shows that you made a lot of saves.
Okay.
True?
Okay.
Even though you conceded a lot of goals, but you made a
lot of saves.
lot of saves.
Yeah.
So what does that show?
Your defensive was a bit kind of
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Let that aside. We got the Champions League to the Europa League kinda. Manchester United, man. Yesterday game. It was first time I was like, nah, I don't want to see this from the first half against Liverpool on their side, Bilbao. It was a kind of crazy one. But when we played on Old Trafford, you guys last week, if you were here, you said, now where's the backup game? You said in Old Trafford, and you were like, where
They'll consider goals.
No, but yesterday what happens? Like this, the whole of this week, all your prediction went south, man.
I think they were biased, first of all.
Who?
My predictions
Okay.
were biased
Okay.
because definitely I have to support my team.
Yeah.
And definitely I have to go against the Man United.
Okay.
Even though, yes, Man United have been very phenomenal in the Europa League. I think they are unbeaten in Europa
still
League,
unbeaten.
true?
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. You guys, well, you had your unbeaten kind of thing. You got a trophy for it.
For what?
For when you won the league with unbeaten.
Yes.
You got a trophy for it.
Yeah, golden Premier League trophy.
Yeah, so will Manchester not be given if they win the Europa League, and because they haven't been beaten?
That's a cup. It's not a league.
Okay. But unbeaten is unbeaten, still the same thing.
True.
Okay, nice.
But I don't think they will get a cup for
Okay,
that, a different cup.
Okay.
Because it's less game compared to league.
But they're more competitive games as compared to the league.
Yes.
Yeah. On the other side, so when I watched the game yesterday, man, Mason Mount, we were watching the game on Sunday. When we said Mason Mount, he scored. And you guys were like, have you ever won after Mason Mount scored a game? And unfortunately, we never won on that game. The one we played on the weekend against, was it Brentford, yeah? But yesterday, Mount, when he came to the game, Ahmad came to the game, the game just changed from, it became so beautiful. His first goal, nice touch from Yoro, giving to him, bang, a goal. The second goal, when he finished the game, this is what we said. Why do the goalkeeper have to, but we understand he was on attacking side. And then the goalkeeper the goal was open for him, and he tried the shot, and it was so beautiful to see it going in. So when you see that kind of a thing, do you think now, because also Spurs is one team which already qualified for the
final.
So it's Spurs against Manchester United. Both of them, number 15, number 16, I think, number 14, 15 there. So below 6, yeah. Kinda. So what's your thoughts? You being on the top on England kinda London side, never a good season for you guys, except you had an injury here and there. Unfortunately,
it has not been a good season.
No,
last season, I can say it was a very good season. We were very unlucky.
Okay.
This season, it was a very bad season for us. I told you from the start of this of the league, if you don't win this cup, any cup in this season, then you have failed in this season. There is nothing about progress now. Even though we can put this failure we can link it with so many uncertainty, but still remains that we were not able to manage our team.
Okay.
And that's a fail.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now, which one will you decide to do? Manchester United, there's a beef always because of the fans here and there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Spurs, you and Spurs are like enemies. You cannot sit on the same table. So which one will you choose? Manchester United to go with it or Spurs to go with it?
Rather Manchester United to win. Like, honestly, I will prefer Manchester United to win because both teams cannot lose.
Okay.
That's given,
Yeah.
But I will prefer Manchester United to win because they have won it before, true?
Okay.
And no, you have not won Europa.
We have.
Yeah,
we have
okay.
like two Europa, 2 or 3
So
Europa Cups, man.
I'll prefer Manchester United to win this cup. That's one thing. Because if Tottenham win this one, first of all, it will be so bad for Arsenal.
Okay.
Because we'll not say anything. Because we used to say Spurs are just Spurs and they are shit. Now you cannot say it anymore because they have a European trophy and we don't. We cannot say anything to them because you have gone like three seasons as a good team, but we have nothing to show for it. Only the second place. Even though this season, maybe you can even, if we lose the one game.
Welcome there.
So what I say is I rather see Manchester United winning this one.
Okay.
Because first of all, the other day I had Ange Postecoglou making a comment. Wenger was making this comment. It's not because he's an Arsenal fan, but it's logical also. And most people are saying like this. It's very funny. A team which is number 15, when they win Europa League, they will come to Champions League. So a team which has been fighting a league for 33 games, to be there in the Champions League, maybe number 5, to lose that position for a team which was number 15. You get it?
Okay.
It's not because of Arsenal. It's not because of Wenger was an Arsenal manager, but it's because Wenger is the person, he has been responsible for so many rules which have maybe impacted the football positively. We have seen the goal line technology is the one who came with it. Right now, he's coming with another tactic. And by that, it makes a lot of sense. Like, a person is offside. Is only offside when the whole body is away from from the defender. Because you see those kind of offside. You remember Barcelona offside?
Just a
toe, like a small pick.
A small margin.
Yes, and they say it's an offside. It doesn't make any sense. Because Wenger was saying, if the body which can play a ball is not offside, yes, that can be considered an offside. But a body which cannot, a part of your body which is not responsible for playing ball, they should not consider it as offside. Because last time we saw somebody was offside because his butt was out of the line.
Yeah.
Last time somebody was offside because
of the elbow.
Because of his hand. You cannot play with your hands.
Okay.
So how is it an offside?
Okay.
So that's why I can say, like, Ange responded to that and saying, for them making that logic that a team should not qualify to Champions League direct because of that, he said it's because it's Spurs. If it was another team, they could not talk about it like that.
No, but the rule has been there for the longest time. Why is it coming? Why is it coming up just like now?
Rules changed. True.
Okay.
There were before there was no goal line technology. Before some offside one, some handball was not. If you touch the ball, whichever part of the hand, they were saying, even if it's your hand is on the body, they say, but now change to be ball to hand.
Okay.
So most of the things change and rules keep on changing to better the
games.
The games.
Okay.
If it impact it positively, then it's good. Look here. For Spurs, they feel that is not warranted for that. True. Right now, nothing can change about it. They will still qualify for the Champions League. But when Spurs will be in that position, or Manchester will be in a position of number 5, then somebody from number 15 win that trophy and come and remove them from Champions League. That time they will feel the pinch. True?
Okay. Yeah.
So for us, even if you are saying like that, if Arsenal Wenger is saying like that, it's not that Arsenal position is in jeopardy. No. It's not in jeopardy. So there is nothing affiliated to Arsenal that Wenger, because Wenger has his own concern. He has been a professor of football for a very long time. He has been responsible for changing and making a lot of amendments to football just to make sure the football and the rules which he brings impact the football positively. Okay.
Nice. What can we say about Antony? Man, the GOAT. And then coming to play against Chelsea. Did you see his free kick yesterday? I was like, man. Goal contribution. I think he has 4 goals and 2 assists on the Europa, on the Conference Cup. when you come to the other games, I think he has 8 plus. I mean, the boy is he's so good to an extent. And now guys are saying, man, his name needs to be on the Ballon d'Or, because if things goes well, they beat Chelsea, he will have the Conference League, and he'll be the first player, if Manchester United win the cup, to have 2 cups in one season. What a good way to, like, how will I put it? Like, he was like off the grid, like, completely. Everybody was like, no, Antony is like trash, for lack of a good word, yeah. And then coming here, him in Betis, man, we have seen we have seen that version which Ten Hag, I think, he saw in Antony, yeah. And then now him having the trophies and having the man of the match and having the beautiful games. What could be a better way to end a season as a player, if not what Antony is experiencing like right now?
Yeah, if he win that trophy, I think it will be phenomenal for him, because when he was in Ajax, we saw that Antony was a very good player. And when he came to Manchester United, we saw the flip side of him not performing very well. And most of them, they say, is because the league that he was playing there, it was below par. Now he's coming to Premier League. Things that he was doing there, they could not be shown here in the Premier League. You can argue that in one way or the other. Premier League is very difficult, especially in so many teams. And when you come with a mentality of the same way you are playing in the other time, I think when you come here and face those backlash a few times in the league, because you have to adapt fast. And if your confidence is crushed, it's become difficult for you to even perform. So his confidence was crushed very badly with the managers he was having. Even when the other manager came, Almorin, I think nobody gave him time that he deserved. Yes, he got some minutes to play, to show, but there was nothing to show. And we cannot put this one on Antony. The whole team was not performing.
Yeah.
So this one affected individuals, because they knew that I'm coming to a big team, but when I'm coming to that team, nothing is working out at all. We saw the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, we saw the likes of Van der Beek. There are so many players you can name who have not been performing, and they were performing in their previous team. And when they are going to another team, check the likes of Fred. He's performing very well. McTominay, he's in Napoli. How many goals does he have now?
Crazy, man.
And from the longest time, I have been saying that McTominay is one of the best players that I know in Manchester United. He plays in a team with the mentality of winning. He give it all in that field. Sometimes it may work, sometimes it may not, but you know that he give the 100% in the game. Antony now playing in Real Betis, I think it really reflects badly to Manchester United, because they can say, okay, now we see the problem is not the individual. The problem is the whole team at large. But also them being in Europa final, then you can even question the ability of the players who have been removed. You say, if they were there, will they be in that position right now? Will they be performing in the way they are performing in the Europa League right now? So it's a win-win situation for both of them. Man United are playing very good in the Europa, and Antony is playing very good in the Conference League. So if both Antony win with the Betis and Manchester United win in Europa League, I think it will be a win-win situation, and nobody will ever question anything, because if it both worked for them, then that's what is needed in a team or in an individual. And right now, I can say that Antony is so good and is better than Vinicius Jr.
Okay, now I don't know, because you said while you were talking, you said, also for Arsenal sport for having a Champions League, it's kinda worrying for the next 3 game weeks. Because if you check the points now, Arsenal, you do have you played 35 games, like all the teams that played 35 games, you do have 67. Well, Man City have 64. If they win the game, they're on the same points with you, and if you lose, yeah. So, and then Newcastle, they have 63. Chelsea do have 63, and Nottingham Forest do have 61. So, if Chelsea and Newcastle win the next 2 game weeks, and you lose the next 2, man, for you even doing on the top 5, you're gonna play in Europa. If you don't, I don't know what. This is like the stats. If things doesn't go well on your side, man, it's gonna be hard for you guys also to have on the spot on the Champions League. But I don't know. This one thing with Arsenal, even check the other leagues, they're not this season, but the other previous seasons, like the last 2-3 seasons. You guys do play better on the first stretch, but when it comes to the last end of the games, what happens? Because it's like it's a continuous thing. Like this season, the same thing. That season, the same thing.
No, last season we played very good at the last stretch.
No, that's not. But if you check it's constant with you guys for the seasons. When the last end of the game, that's when you try.
Not the last end of the game. We play very good end of the game.
Okay.
The problem comes before we finish the first leg.
Okay.
That's where usually we have, especially in
the April
December,
there. April and December.
Yeah, that's where we have a little glitch.
Okay.
But we usually perform very well at the start of the season and at the end of the season. Apart from the first time when we wanted to qualify for the Champions League, you remember? That time there was a little hiccup, but it was only one game. But we played very well. I have known Arsenal by finishing so well in the in the leagues. Even though, like the last time when we were chasing the league last season, I think we went like 15 games, apart from the Aston Villa. Aston Villa was the only one, only team that defeated us.
Defeated you.
We went 15 games unbeaten.
Yeah, but you had so many draws, man.
Last season we didn't have so many draws. This season we have a lot of draws.
Yeah.
Last time, no, we win a lot of games.
Okay.
If you compare now, how many points we'll finish with it? How many points that Liverpool have won the league with?
Liverpool has 82, man, and you guys are 67.
They won the league before this Chelsea game.
So it's -3, it's 79.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 79, that time we finished with 89 points and we didn't take the league.
Okay.
It's the same reason why Arteta was saying you have to be in the right position at the right time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So what's next? Like you guys have back to back defeat, man. In the EPL you are beaten.
Yeah.
On the Champions League you are beaten. Again in the EPL you're beaten. Then Champions League you're beaten. Do you think now will that maybe create something like now the team will try to fight? We will see a fighting kind of side of Arsenal because now if the things are going how they are going, the Champions League spot, man, it's gonna be worrying for you guys. Do you think now the Arteta boys will have like now to re-energize themselves? Because even if you check the games which you guys are left with, man, because it's Liverpool this weekend, yeah. After that you're playing against Newcastle, and then after that you're playing against Southampton. Where we know these small teams, you said they can try to go with you anyhow, you know. And then Newcastle also they're fighting for the spot. Liverpool game I think is the only easy game for you.
No, the only easy game is Southampton.
No, but Liverpool it's an easy because for them they don't have to fight that much. They already won it, yeah. But Southampton, you've said these small teams you don't trust them. Yeah.
But it's the easiest paperwork.
Yeah, on the paper it's easy.
And also we played against them and we scored a lot of goals against them.
Yeah.
So the easy team is Southampton.
Okay.
But Newcastle and Liverpool are still Liverpool, even though they have won it. But they want to keep that record.
Okay.
That we won against Arsenal. You know, it's long time since they win against us, you know. And for that matter, we see that we only need one game. If we win one game, we are safe for the Champions League.
Okay.
Irrespective of what position, if only one game is enough.
Okay.
So if they win one game, they are 70 points too. And other teams, they cannot reach there.
Man, on the weekend, Liverpool. You guys are given guard of honor, and then you're going to play against Chelsea, and then you're playing a trashy kind of game. I don't know what happened to them. Starting with Van Dijk, doing what he does. And I was saying, man, you need to, as fantasy play managers, if somebody does an assist, just give him the 3 points, you know. But Kwanzaa, what a bad day for him. After a long time not being on the pitch and then coming back. First giving the penalty, second giving the own goal, man. It was a bad day for him in office.
He was very rusty.
Yeah.
And we never expected him to do that. And we are saying if this is the replacement of Trent, I think they might have it so rough, you know.
No, but that's Bradley. Bradley's a replacement.
Yeah. So, but somebody like you see, before you knew that if Trent is not there, and if they want to rotate their team, there is somebody on the bench that you can rely on to give those kind of assists. But who is there now? Trent is not there, you know. And we knew that maybe he may change at the end of the season and say, no, I'm just remaining. But we saw he accepted that I'm moving on. Some of the Liverpool fans, they are saying that he has betrayed the team. He has done it so bad. And some of them, they are saying, no, he is chasing his dream and everybody is entitled to his dream.
There was an old photo of him, I think it's 2014 or was. I think he had a PSG, Real Madrid jersey on the training. So it was his dream to play there. So why not?
Real Madrid is most player dreams, you know, because for us fans, it's different. But for a player, they look at the team and the glory of a team, and that the way you look at your career and you say, I might maybe need to work in this kind of company. It also applies to a team like PSG, a team like Real Madrid or players. It applies to them because for us it's supporting, but for them it's career.
Yeah.
So they are professional. So they need to they also they also aim high, and the highest you can go as a player is to play at PSG, at Real Madrid.
Madrid, yeah.
Before it was Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you see, Barcelona, they're not going for those big players. But the small players they have, the La Masia players that they have, they're utilizing them properly and they're performing in the pitch.
Okay.
I think that is one of the best. I think the academy is producing very good talent and raw, and we can see it on the pitch. And I really wonder what happened to Ansu Fati.
Okay.
He was one of the best when he came, but right now I think even him getting a game time in Barcelona, I think is a problem. He was brought in Brighton, but we didn't even see what he was doing there.
I don't know. Hey, but Cucurella, we need to give this guy. If he chooses to lock you down, hey man, you're gonna have a rough day on that pitch.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because Salah, hey man, it's on Salah for him, because you can't explain it. You not seeing Salah the whole game. Like the chances he has somebody on his neck. Like I Cucurella on that game, and I give him, because if they could have let Salah flow how he flows in that game, you could see those chances. But those chances were not yet actualized.
I think he also finds Salah at his low form because he has not been performing for quite some time now.
It's like 6-7 games now.
Yes. So adding on his prolific as a defender, I think it was easy for him to come up with that strategy and lock him down. And Salah getting frustrated very fast, because he's not getting those kind of chances and he's not even executing the chances that he gets. So you can find that Cucurella, for him, it was a walk in the park.
Okay.
And Salah, for him, it was a harsh day for him, bad day in office. And that is how we saw that Liverpool conceding those kind of goals. It was easy for Chelsea, and we were not imagining. We thought maybe Liverpool will shine with Chelsea so bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought until
it was also that's what we wanted.
Until Cole Palmer came back and did his cold thing, man. Unfortunately for you, man, after dissing the guy for 100 plus
that
days.
One you cannot tell me anything. That's penalty. Anybody can took that penalty, but they decided to give who?
Hey, but guys do take penalty and it goes south, man.
And him.
That's what I'm saying. So if he scored, man, back
is a chance that he was given.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, is very hot. Man.
Chelsea guys are on your neck. Don't forget that Chelsea guys are on your neck.
But it's true. It's statistic. They are showing. The last time that he scored, when was the last time? This year, has he scored this year?
The last one was December, man.
You see?
This is the first
so I think Cole Palmer, he has scored now. We are hoping that maybe from there he can continue scoring.
Okay.
Not to expect his penalty, man.
What's your thoughts, man? Manchester United, for the first time benching Bruno, the likes of first half. Bang. Hey, 4 goals from Brentford. And then just from I think this is like a mindset or a crazy mentality Manchester United are trying to pass. You guys just staying holding, and then you want to fight back the 70th minute, the comebacks. I don't love this kind of game. It's okay, it's good for the fans, but for me, I'm not enjoying it in one way or another.
It may not work sometimes, but it's not that is what they want, no. But sometimes when you reach a certain stage, you see, it's either you fight all, you lose the game.
Okay.
So you are already back maybe 1-0 down. So, and it's the 70th minute. What are you supposed to? You go all in. It's either you lose that game or you win the game. And that's what I was very furious with the Arteta, because we are playing with a team and you are putting the first 11 and you are hoping for you to win in the Champions League. So you are putting the first 11 to win your game. Okay, no problem. That's your mentality. You want to win the game. Don't you trust other players in the bench? Why you should not start them? Why you should not give these other players time to rest and watch from outside what they can do and what they can improve in the team? And also for you, I think it will be a learning process when you watch your bench playing in the team, so that when you are in the main game at the PSG, it's easy for you to make a change and you know where you can go right. But for Arteta, what he did, he put the first 11. Did they win the game?
Nah.
They lose. So it's very shameful for you to lose the game while you wanted to win, and it was not important, first of all.
Yeah.
Because we lose it. Then you're going to the Champions League, which is very important.
And then you lose it again.
Okay,
nice.
But I was happy with Calafiori, the way he came and played. Even though that game, I have been applauding Skelly for a very long time. He has been doing wonders, and I have been very fond of him. The way he plays, the way he holds his ball, I think he has been very phenomenal at his age, but he was very sloppy in that
Yeah,
game.
man, because he nearly cost you a red card also.
Yes,
Again.
yes. Yeah, he was very sloppy at that. Like, I saw how he was very sloppy indeed. But yes, he has a time to grow and to progress. He's still young. And whatever he has done, I think we cannot write it off in this season. We really applaud him because he benched some of the best in that position. Like, even they saw what is the reason why we bought Calafiori.
Okay.
They had some Lewis Kelly, they had Zinchenko, Kerantini was there, but he's the one who's getting the numbers. So he has done well, but still, that game he was very sloppy. It happens.
Yeah, I know, man. For young players, sometimes you try to push yourself up so that you get the number, you get a fixed number on that place. But mistakes do happen. Yeah.
He has to learn from there.
Yeah, that's something. For me, I don't. If there's one thing I never blame when I see in a football is a young player doing the mistakes at his young age. Because from that mistake, that's where you build yourself from. So for me, if I see somebody like an Odegaard or somebody like a Bruno doing those silly mistakes,
I'll
be like, man, you have the experience. I don't expect you to do that. But when I see somebody like an Ahmad, a youngster, somebody like an Amas, somebody like I have said Kelly, somebody like a Ronelli, when they play against the Man City kind of player, when you see the guy, when you see these young players, 19, 18 age, doing that and doing the mistakes, it's good for them. Because you learn from there and then you'll grow from there. So, instead of you doing the same mistakes while you are so old on the game, when you expect you to give the team the experience done.
Yeah, experience comes with you failing, learning, falling down, waking up. And for them, I think it has been a very good experience because he has also experienced in the Champions League. So for him at that age being in the Champions League, I think it was a very good way of him. And they also, something that I am not okay with it, I don't know why Mwaneri was not started in the Bournemouth game and also not started in the.
Man, I was expecting him to be on the PSG game. Because if he was there, I could have seen him.
Yeah, because we saw somebody like Odegaard was very sloppy.
Yeah.
And I was expecting, okay, this is the time, remove Odegaard in this game and put who? Put Mwaneri.
Yeah.
But I know he's our captain.
Ateta is Ateta, man.
I know he's our manager, captain, and you have done really well as a manager. But some things we can just see it from outside and we see this is a wrong decision you're doing. That person, yes, he has been doing well, but since he came from injury, he has not been performing. He has not been performing at all. But we don't have a problem with it, but you're supposed to know when to change. Yeah.
Back to the FPL. Another game week, bad results for many managers. I don't know, man. 41 points and average points, me being one of them, below the average also. Another big arrow, where the big guys expected them to give me the goals. They never did so when we got the goals from the guys which we expected not to. Because I sold somebody like a Mateta to go for somebody like Acuna, which he blanked on that game. The likes of Saka on that game also giving me nothing. The likes of Merino also, I had him on my game, still giving me nothing. It's a bad day for the manager. So what's your thoughts, man? How did your team perform? And where did you think you went wrong or where you went right? I
didn't make the changes and I don't think it could be any different.
Okay.
Because first change that I wanted to make, I wanted to put Salah as my captain.
Man, it was a pain on my... Because I thought I did not did the change yet.
Yeah.
So, and then unfortunately, Kumbe I did the change and I never knew I did it already. And you were the one who told me, the deadline is gone. I was like, shit, I never changed my captain. When I went already, the captain was with Salah. So I was like, Salah, just give me a goal.
So I think the only person that I dreaded not to be there, I think it was Vardiol. He got 8 points. And I had somebody like Trent getting 0.
Okay.
And it was heartbreaking for me. But then I say, if I could have done that changes, I think I'll put Salah as a captain. Then it will end the same.
Okay.
Because Isaac got 8. Vardiol 8, then Salah getting those. I don't think there will be a lot of changes. Maybe I'll still go below.
Okay.
So I had 36 points.
Mm-hmm.
It's very frustrating. Since I know so many people got 36 below that. But FPL have been so much difficult. I don't know what to do because somebody like Cunha, you expected that he will be the shining star there. He didn't.
I saw some.
Nuri, our guy who give us point here and there, he didn't. I don't know what's happening,
Okay.
It's very difficult.
I was seeing as somebody, one lady online, she plays FPL, I forget the name, on her social. He was like, if you haven't clocked in 2000, man, stop playing this game.
Have you clocked 2000?
Yeah, man, I'm above 2300. Yeah, I'm already better, man.
I am 2000 how many?
I don't know, but for me, I'm good. So I was like, okay, I'll go to the team and check who. If a lady can beat you in FPL, man, I think it's a good time to stop playing it also.
Yeah, if you have not clocked 2000 by now, I think it's kind of frustrating.
Okay.
As our FPL manager, it has been very difficult this season. Those players that you need are maybe not.
But this is the season
adding
where,
up.
But this is the season where we told many guys, man, come and play FPL, because last season we reaped good, man. And then this season is when everything went south. And
FPL is sometimes is confusing. That time that you look at your team and say, you look like Jesus, one of you will betray me. You look at you have 11 players plus the manager, that is 12. Then you look at them, one of you will betray me. Then you find it's the person that you least expect,
yeah, man.
So, like your captain, you can imagine your captain betraying you, getting a 0.
Bad.
And your manager there, you expect him, maybe somebody like Arteta is playing against Bournemouth, he will win that game. He's giving you a 2 points or a 4 points. It's not good, and it's frustrating. There was a person, I think he is called Felix. He's our podcast fan. He was telling me, like, I thought maybe this season I'll be the one on top of you. I saw myself just drawing down to the next page on our mini league. And I told him, since you go to that page, you have never come back from there, And he was like, and David, we were with David in that side. And he just passed me and he passed you and he's now on top. And I don't know how he does, but I really don't know about FPA. I'm trying my best to do this and that. It's not working.
I told you, first time, there's this mistake every manager tries to do. You are trying to play your own game, thinking you're the best manager.
Yeah, sure.
Man, that was cost me for the first. Do you remember the first season? The first 4 games?
Yeah.
I was like, this week I'm playing new chips. I was like, okay, hold on. What guys are going with, I'll do that. But still, I'll have my differential, because I was like, you are having whom? X, that's not on my team. You're having whom? That's not on my team. I went to the new team, which nobody had, except the likes of Salah only, and I think 2 or 3 guys only. The rest of my team, there are 7 guys on the team. It was purely new people. Nobody had. I was like, this was a differential. I saw him on the what do you call it? On the preseason. He looks to be good. So let me play him. And preseason and EPL, it's two different things.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. So after that, I'm like, if you want to be on the safer side, just check how many guys do have like the most owned players and the statistics.
Yeah.
Go with them first, and then after that, go to the new players, which you can have 1 or 2 guys there.
Yeah, like you have to maintain the templates. And this is purposely to maintain your position in your middle league and in your overall.
Yeah, but if you want to go a pick higher, now have those 2 or 3 differential.
That's why they usually say high risk, high reward.
I was not ripping good. Man, Shade, that's one another player, which is a high risk, because if you want to burn him out, it's either Wisa or Mboyamo. Man, but what he did in the Manchester United game, oof, the guy was rolling.
Brentford.
Yeah, Brentford, yeah. Man, he was rolling the Manchester United players, like, I was like, yeah.
Shade is that player, you remember, like Mboyamo. When you have, he's not performing. When you don't have, he's performing to his peak.
Okay.
So you get confused, like, that time that I'm deciding to maybe bench another player to put Shade in the team, he's not performing at all. And it's very funny, this season, even though last time, there is a time where Wisa was injured, and we knew Shade will be the one replacing him in that position for a long season. But I never bought Shade in my team.
No.
I never bought him because I was not convinced that he will play very good. But the person that I wanted to own and I didn't get a chance to own was Damsgaard.
Okay.
He has been performing very good. But every time I want to buy him, I'm thinking about another player, or I just forget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you see him giving points and doing other things. But yes.
But okay, now when you see your game, because someone like I do have somebody like a Pal. I do have somebody like a Saka. And after the games which I've seen them playing, I was like, man, I think I need to remove Saka on my team. But again, also, I know your team now will try to fight even to win this game fast to get those points there. But also, when you check the other person, it was like, Palmer was a bit he was cold. But now, if Palmer scores 1 goal, that's a stepping stone for him. Now, do you think now also, because if you check the position, they're number 5 and they're on the risk. They're not yet confirmed to be on the Champions League. Now, do you think now it's a good time? Okay, if Salah and bring in somebody. Sell Saka and bring in Palmer for this week because of Chelsea. They may try to work much harder to get that spot, and Arsenal also. Man, your fixtures that we have said here, as per the book, the only easy game for you to play is the Southampton game here. But FPL wise, something may change.
Yeah, I think that could be ideal. But now the reason why we didn't put Saka on the game on our teams is because that we knew maybe he will not play 90 minutes and stuff. And we have seen that he was not being played the whole minutes from injury, coming the Champions League and stuff like that. So it was a lot for him. This time now, he's only concentrating in the Premier League and there's 3 games remaining. So I cannot sell Saka right now because I know he'll be involved in all the games. I know they will want to stay in the league and fight for the Champions League. The only person that I might sell is Salah because I now know that he will be rotated in that team because he has not been performing very well. They have already secured the league. So what is it for him to play for?
I think I'll come to that. On the other side, I'm like, Salah has not been playing better for those kind of a period, for like 6, 7 games, we can say. But also, he needs his personal achievements, which for now, it can be the golden goal, the golden boot, But if you check the games which Liverpool do have to play, it's Arsenal, Brighton, and Crystal Palace. For me, I'm like, okay, I think Salah, if he wants to get more on the golden boot kind of thing, I think he needs to play this many games so that he can bank that position to get that the golden boot for my side.
I think no, we thought like that in the other clip, and we saw Salah floating in the field and he was doing nothing. And so far, I think I see Pep has confirmed that Haaland is fit to start.
Okay,
and I can sell somebody like Salah and buy Palmer and invest that money. Maybe I can buy somebody like Haaland, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now, do you think now, if you say that if he's gone, do you think now Mamouche should be on the bench because of that if Haaland comes back in the team?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. He may maybe play behind Salah or they can play together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if he's fit, he will start.
Okay.
Definitely. Because there is this trust that a manager has in a player. Mm-hmm. Like Saka, you saw. Ethan Monelli was playing very well, but when Saka came back, it was definitely he started.
Okay.
Same it will happen to Haaland, because if you have Haaland on your team, like you have that confidence that this guy, he has the ability to score.
Okay.
He has the ability to beat the defenders. He is huge, he is tall, and all the aerial balls he will win it indefinitely, So he has more advantage than Mamouche in the team.
Okay, nice. When you check the games on the weekends, man, do you think now, when you come to the goalkeeper, because the easiest game, according to me, it's only the Everton, which they play against Fulham. That's one of the game, which for me, I think defensive-wise, it's looked like an easy game to win. And the other one, it's Wolves against Brighton. Because for me also, Brighton, they haven't been that good, but also they do score goals. But also Wolves, defensive-wise, they do play again kind of game. So do you think when you try to play your defender or a goalkeeper, do you think those pick players, do you think someone like a Pickford on the goalkeeper or a Shah, just for Wolves, is a good option? And somebody maybe Nottingham Forest, man, I don't know what has been happening for them. And then this week, keeping in mind they're playing against I think Leicester. They're playing against Leicester also for this week. Also, we know Leicester, they're not that good, but sometimes they can score goals and things may happen. And what's your thoughts? Do you think now you can go defensive-wise with the maybe Nottingham Forest guys, the Pickford, Everton kind of things, and maybe the Wolves kind of defense options for this week?
This week is very tricky, and the team that we see that they're having good games is like Nottingham Forest, but they have not been prolific the way they were before.
Yeah, the last 6.
Yeah, they have not
a single win.
Yeah, not a single win. Also, Olaina coming back, he has not assisted anymore. Milenkovic was that person that he was scoring some headers. He's not doing it. And the likes of Murillo, still they are conceding a lot of goals and falls. So it has been hectic for them defensive-wise. Sales, he has been the one keeping clean sheet. I think now he has lost that. But I think he's still leading. But because Arteta is Raya, they still have been conceding goals. So I can see that they are doing their defensive prowess has gone down, and we're expecting them to be conceding goals, even though it's Leicester. But still, I'm not very confident with them. If I have them, I'll not sell them.
Okay.
But if you don't have, I don't think it's a wise decision to go for them, because there is no point for you to go for them in one game. Then the other game, you just go for another. So there is no need for you to waste those transfer. I think a team like Everton, a team like Fulham, you can invest in them. And not Liverpool. Liverpool now, they are not playing very good. And a player like Cucurella.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chelsea, man. Sometimes, they may score, they may not, That's the issue,
But we've seen most of the goals this season. Cucurella has been involved.
But this week they're playing against Newcastle, or Newcastle attacking wise, they may be they want that threat, and they have those players they can
Recently,
score.
they have not been playing very well.
Okay.
The attacking there has been very low, and they have been conceding goals and not scoring. And we wonder, how is this the Newcastle that we knew?
Okay.
Right now, they are playing against Chelsea. Chelsea have been maybe in a good trajectory. We saw how they won against Liverpool, and we're expecting them to
give the same vibe.
To give the same vibe when they are coming to play the Newcastle game.
Okay. On the Crystal Palace kind of end, because this week they're playing against Spurs. For me, I think if I invest in any midfield or striker, I think somebody like an Eze or Sa and maybe Mateta may be a good pick for this weekend. Because also, man, for me, I'm like Spurs. After they win the game on the midweek, I think they may have that. We have reached the semi-final. We have reached the final. They may try to relax a bit, or maybe.
Yeah, definitely they rest some of their players because they're not fighting for any number,
Yeah.
They're not risk at relegation, and they're not coming to take top 4. The only way to top 4 is by winning the
Europa, yeah.
So what they will do, they rest most of the players to that game, and you have seen how prolific this Crystal Palace have been, especially the attacking force. So the likes of Mateta, Sa, and Eze, I think they are players that you should not miss. You can go triple threat, or you can just decide to go with one or a brace. But in case maybe I don't have them, yes, the only person that I will go for a low budget, I will go for Sa.
Okay.
If I have the money that I can maybe acquire somebody like Eze, then well and good. If I want to revamp my striking force, I think I will go for Mateta. He has been very good. He has been scoring goals, headers, right foot, left foot. I think this is what we love to see, and we want him to perform in this game, especially playing against Tottenham.
Okay, nice. Finishing off, Avio said if Haaland is back, now I think this week he may not start like 90 minutes, or maybe may play 60. But Haaland, if Haaland is back, definitely the option of him scoring a goal, it's like
high.
100%. And they are playing an easy game to me because it's Southampton.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, okay, if it's Haaland back, man, I think I may try to bring him back, but I'm not that convinced that he's going to play the 60 minutes. So, because I do still have Mamusha, I'm going to still keep him on my team. Because of that, I'm not yet sure if Pep going to try to start him for the 60 minutes. That's the only option, yeah. But also, man, we cannot forget, man, Wissa. Man, I think he has been the one player which we are trying not to have him, but the more we are not having him, the more he's scoring. And I don't know if we go to him, if he'll continue having the same thing.
That is the fear that we usually have with the Brentford players. Brentford players are the same. But Wissa, Mbeumo, if you don't have him, then you decide to have him, then they are just giving you blanks,
Okay.
Even Shade, they are in the same category. Now, today just decide to have Wissa. And then you will see the next game what he will do. He even gets you a yellow card. And you wonder, like, am I the one who is jinxing him, or what is happening,
Okay.
So if you feel that you can go for Wissa, if you have that option and you have the funds to go for Wissa, I think it's well and good, go for it.
Okay.
Because Wissa is a player that he can score goals. He's in that position. He's not luck. He has the experience. He has the ability to score the goals. So they are playing alongside somebody like Mbeumo. So that combination of Wissa and Mbeumo you have known has been very good. And this one is the reason why we decided either to have either Mbeumo or Wissa.
Okay.
So if you want to go for it, I think I cannot say no. You have to go for it because he's doing a commendable job on the field.
If you're given between an Isak and a Cunha, which option will you go?
Isak and Cunha?
Yeah.
I will go for Cunha, man.
Okay.
Yeah, because Cunha, I think he plays very well.
Okay.
He's very gentle on the ball. He moves with the ball. He's a ball carrier. He can score from nowhere, The position, especially when they are playing with the Strand Lancet, I think is allowing him to step back. And when they are giving those 45 degrees passes, I think the only person that it get most of the time is Cunha. Cunha is very good at placing those kind of balls. And you can see how they are combining well with the Nuri and Strand Lancet. So, yeah, I see if I have to choose, I'll have to choose Cunha. Because also Wolves as a team,
they do play good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, nice. So for this week, man, who will be your captain for the week, man?
I'll be able to acquire Haaland, I'll put Haaland as my captain.
Okay, nice. So for the games of the weekend, I don't know, your prediction. We start with the early game, Fulham against Everton. What's your prediction there?
That's Fulham win.
Okay.
Yeah, it might either Fulham win or a draw.
Okay.
But Everton cannot win that game.
Okay, for me, I'm thinking Everton may have a thing or a draw. That's my option, yeah. Game number 2, Ipswich against Brentford.
Yeah, that's Brentford win.
Okay. Southampton against Man City, easy one.
Man City. That's Man City.
But I don't trust those of Southampton in a bit, man.
No,
I don't trust them. But,
trust me.
But
Man City have been the last 5 games they have been performing.
Yeah, they've been winning. Yeah.
So having Southampton in this game, I think is a walk on the park.
Okay, nice. Wolves against Brighton.
Wolves against Brighton. That's a very difficult game, by the way.
Okay.
That's even hard to predict because Wolves have been playing very well. Same to Brighton, but Brighton has also been sloppy in some games which you expect them to win. And this game will not be any difference. I think it will be a hard, and I cannot predict this game.
Okay, Bournemouth against Aston Villa.
Bournemouth against Aston Villa. This team are the teams which they really don't have much to play for, you know.
Okay, but Villa may try too many. They want to go to the Champions League spots, man.
But the
Europa spot, man.
The absence of the likes of Rashford, I think it really pressed them down. We can say Bournemouth in this game, they are underdogs, but Bournemouth are a very good team, especially when they're playing against some of the big teams.
Plus, at home, they're so good at home when they play at home also. Yeah. So the likes of Semenyo, Kluivert, Travanea, maybe try to watch out of those guys also.
But Aston Villa will win.
Okay, nice. Newcastle against Chelsea. This is one of the game that I'm like 50-50. It can go any side.
Yeah. This game can go any side. We see Newcastle is a team that can beat any team.
Yeah.
At any time. Chelsea is Chelsea. We know they can win the game or they can lose also the game, especially this season. But this game, I think it will be a draw.
Okay, nice. But for me, I'm thinking after we saw somebody like Jackson coming back to the team and he's playing good, Palmer starting maybe to show his signs, even though he said it's only a penalty.
Now, but which sign do you think he's still show his sign?
Those two goals, he participated in the both goals and having a penalty. So for me, I'm like, that's what we want to see with Palmer. So for me, I'm like, but also I've said it's a hard game to call because both teams they can win. That's the one issue on another. Manchester United against West Ham. For me, the boys they're mad. The boys are mad in a good way, being on the finalist also. And then we are playing at Old Trafford again. Old Trafford, we haven't have a very nice kind of thing. And then you've seen how Boyne is doing on the game. And then we'll have Wan-Bissaka back on the pitch. He knows how to do with the team. If it goes well, and I may wish the manager does what he did last game week, where he played the youngster. So if he goes on that kind of a mentality or that kind of a stretch, I think it will be a good game for Manchester United. Play the young players.
No, I think West Ham, they are easy to beat.
No, so, but also they can beat you in a kind of way you don't understand. That's plus Manchester United sometimes we just slip.
Yeah, sometimes they just flip and they concede. But I think West Ham is not an easy team. It's not a hard team to beat. It's very easy.
But for the one time I'm saying Manchester United can win this game. We can win this game. This one, the first time I'm saying we can win this game because I've seen how West Ham do play, man. They are so sloppy. They're sloppy.
They're not that good.
Yeah. Nottingham Forest against Leicester. Okay. No, but also Leicester, I don't see them because they've already lose it, and then Nottingham Forest maybe they're trying to chase that top 5 for the Champions League spot, so they may try. Spurs against Crystal Palace.
That's Crystal Palace will win.
Okay.
Because I know Spurs will change the team. Yeah.
Okay.
They will start most of the players will be rested in that game. So that changing of the team, sometimes it doesn't. They don't.
Well.
Yeah. They will not maybe cope together. That gelling of the team because they have not been playing together for a long time. So if they go with maybe change of maybe 5 players, I think it will really disrupt the team.
Okay.
But if they maintain the team that they played in the league, I think it will be very difficult for Crystal Palace. But even with their own team, their full first 11 team, they still can lose against Crystal Palace.
Okay, nice. Liverpool against Arsenal. This is the biggest game on the weekend.
Arsenal will win this game because I don't believe they might lose this game. And I've always wanted to see Arsenal going past Liverpool, because it has been a long time
But
coming.
you're playing at Anfield.
Yes, last time we also played at Anfield and we drew that game. And I told you because the Gabriel Magalhaes was injured. You remember that time? Gabriel Magalhaes and it was Julian Timber. It was 2 defenders. They were removed in that game. And this time, I want to see them having all the players which they need to have. We have not been having Gabriel Magalhaes. So it's not an issue there because Kivior had come back and he has been played very good in that position. So I want to see them playing Liverpool and winning in Anfield. It has been a long time coming. They have been losing in an unlucky way.
Okay.
So this time, if all goes well, if maybe there is no interference with the referee and stuff like that, and this one they have to also maintain themselves. First of all, the emotions. They have to maintain it, okay? Then the next thing, they have also to maintain their discipline on the field when they are playing against these people. And also they have to stick to the plan.
Okay.
After that, I think it will be easy because Liverpool are not playing for anything.
Okay, no, but for me, I'm saying like Liverpool have been beaten the last 2 game weeks. For me, I'm expecting for them this game week coming to play this game after a lose at Chelsea, they're gonna try to bring a fire.
Definitely, they will have to play their best game possible.
Yeah.
But mentally, they don't have that hunger.
To win it.
Yes, exactly. Like there is nothing we are playing for.
Okay, nice.
That is you don't have the fire. Because you already won it.
You don't have the mojo to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, nice. But for me, I'm thinking that's the bidder. That will be a big game because you guys, you're fighting for something.
Yeah,
but Liverpool are not fighting for something. But also, they want to, I want to live a league winner with honors. Like, okay, I cannot just, because I win the game, I'm going to lose all of the games. Because
most team does that. I don't know why.
That's the same. But they may try and, okay, let's not do that. Why not we?
No, it's not that they're doing it intentional.
Okay.
It's not that they're doing it intentional.
Yeah.
Because if you're fighting for something, you have a lot to lose.
Okay.
But if there is nothing you're fighting for, then it's easy for you to
sleep in a way.
Yes.
Okay.
The concentration is not there as much as it was there before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's not that they are doing it intentional. No.
Okay.
But that fighting mentality, so it just depends. Because you already got what you are. It's like when you pay earlier, you pay maybe in advance, you pay a tailor or maybe a construction worker in advance. He will not do a good job for you.
Okay.
It always happen like that because you already have the money. So why am I working?
Big thanks to the Chelsea guys for making the noise, and then big thanks to PSG for shutting it down for this kind of week, and then big thanks also to Inter Milan for, though I had some Barca guys who were so mad after they beat us, removing us. We were removed on the Champions League, and then they won the El Clasico. Copa del Rey, man, they were so mad in that noise. So big thanks to Inter, because if they could have proceeded, man, I don't know if I could ever wear my Real jersey again. I think not.
No, still Barcelona is the better team this season than Real Madrid.
Okay.
They will be having 2 cups.
Let's wait.
What will Real Madrid have?
Let's wait and see next time. There's another Copa. There's another El Clasico, man.
They will lose.
Okay. Let's wait and see.
Like you saw what Real Madrid were watching Inter Milan game versus Barcelona. Why? Because they want to study before their Clasico.
Okay.
So I don't know what they want to see. They have been playing with these people. What else do you want to see?
Let's wait and see. Hopefully something good may come, man. And then don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Big man like Josh. Big thanks, Ben, coming back. Also again for this episode, yeah.
Man, I think it has been very difficult for me to process when we lost against the PSG, and when I look at it and I saw that we are out of the Champions League, like I was not, I felt so bad, I didn't want to go to either social media to watch, because I know like AFT TVs, how they mourn, like they talk very bad, like Arteta must go and those kind of things. I hate it, because you can lose. the problem with most of the Arsenal fans, they are entitled so much. We know we want to win the cups, but if we don't win, then what can we do as a fan?
You just move on, man.
Yeah, we just support our team.
Yeah.
There is nothing else we can do. The only thing we can do is to make sure that we are always backing our teams.
Okay.
I'm very confident a time will come for us to win, even if it's not now, but it will.
Okay. Until next week, as they say, until next season, so we can get a cup. Till next time.
Netflix session, man.
Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend, tell a friend. Adios.
Adios, man.